Let's imagine that game-winning shot that you're about to take. What exactly happens to the mind of that person when you're under that pressure? You know, it's just one more shot that you got to get right.
Yeah.
You could win the entire game. Your entire team is waiting on you and relying on you. What happens to that brain?
There's loads of research around this and so many different hypotheses. And one I always come back to, particularly when talking in sports environments, is a piece of research conducted by a man called Jim Blazkowicz around 20 years ago. And he talks about a challenge versus threat state mindset. And what I often notice in practice talking to athletes is when individuals are encountering those high pressure situations, there can be a tendency for them to enter what we call a threat state mindset. And what we notice there is instead of focusing on the game plan and process and strategy of exactly what they should be doing in that moment, they're at risk of potentially orientating their mind and focus to outcomes and concerns over mistakes and opponents and ultimately things which aren't going to help them perform. And that's what we call a threat state mindset. We go into threat mode. We start detecting what's going on around us and trying to almost put out fires, whereas ultimately what's going to help us perform is orientating our focus and mind back to what's my strategy here? What helps me perform? What do I specifically need to do in this game, in this shot, to help me perform? And that's something I've noticed a lot, particularly when working with younger individuals, and that's where my role comes into it, helping them first of all build their self-awareness, helping them recognize how am I showing up in these high pressure situations. And for me, self-awareness is the foundation of performance. By asking ourselves the right questions and reflecting on that, that's how we can then embark on that journey of growth.